Mr. Uraka is here. Osagbobo, thank you. Good morning from our time zone here in Toronto. Mr. Uraka, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So very quickly, let's start this program. We're here today to discuss about Nigerian election as usual. We have Peter Obi, Bola Tinubu, Governor Obaseki, Governor Wike, and PDP. So first of all, let's look at Peter Obi, Mr. Raka. Peter Obi chances of winning this election. Because right now, according to what is going on, is gaining more popularity among Nigerians in the southern region. But in the north, we are not sure. I thought they said he went to Sokoto recently, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what happened there?
You see, in the case of Peter Obi, you see, it's like in the past years, people have become used to the fact that Nigerians are tolerant, and therefore, whatever garbage that this political elite dishes on or dish on Nigerian populace, the people will just feel it and forget about it. But there, everybody has different tolerance level, and the generality of Nigerians, I think, have exhausted their tolerance level. So the country is angry. Forget about a few people who are still connected to the old ways of doing things. The generality of people are angry. People are angry about the high rate of killings. People are angry about the high rate of food prices and commodities. People are angry for the total inefficiency in our security system. People are angry over several things. Imagine a situation whereby people can now use their money to forcefully buy themselves into recognition. We all saw this before. We all saw this in the primaries. Before now, these things are done secretly. Now it is done openly. Imagine people bringing money counting machine in the primaries and counting dollars, not even naira. It has come to a stage where our naira is no longer uh, alluring, it's no longer something that attracts the Nigerian public, but the dollar. We are gradually moving from spending the naira to spending the dollars. That in itself is total crunch on our naira. So all this put together with our bad roads, lack of energy, a lot of companies, churches, institutions are spending so much on power just to generate their company services. You see, when you add all this together, everybody has one conclusion, and the conclusion is that Nigeria is not working. So if Nigeria is not working, and the same people who have been at the corridors of power, Atiku have been on the corridors of power for 8 years, Tinubu has been in the fringes, he has been an influential person in APC, while Buhari runs the country at ground. We have not seen any caution or provocation from these people. Now, I'm building a preamble to your question on Peter Obi. Now, if you notice on the social media, APC and PDP, they don't attack each other. APC and PDP, you will never see an APC supporter discrediting PDP or PDP supporter discrediting APC. But both of them, someone have a mutual focus to discredit Peter Obi. Now, this is the same Peter Obi you say doesn't have a structure. And there is a type of, is it envy or mischief on certain people, that the more you display this envy or mischief on somebody, the more popular the person gets. And that is what is happening on Peter Obi. You seem to be more focused on the man, a man who has no structure, who has no weapons to fight. He doesn't attack anybody, but he's always talking about himself, what he has done. And he will say, go and verify. And nobody has gone to verify to come up and say that this man is lying. He said this, but he's lying. The man said he left so billions, about 150 something million naira in 3 different accounts. Nobody had, somebody $150 million in three different accounts. Nobody has come to say it's a lie, that this is not true. So far, he's the only governor who has left office and left money for the next governor to come and work with. Yet, rather than appreciate a thing like that, that should be a thing of joy, a good thing to say, okay, Nigeria is not completely spoiled, rather than appreciate this kind of development by saying the man is stingy. Yes, people will say the man is stingy because we are so used to the fact that people must spend money and fritter away government earned money. Now, Peter Obi was government earned money. Peter Obi was in Sokoto. Contrary to the view that Peter Obi's popularity does not extend beyond the south, Peter Obi was in Sokoto, and I fell short of holding back my tears, because gradually what Peter Obi represents is no longer religion, it's no longer tribe. The very bane that has catalyzed the issues of our polity is religion and ethnicity. And somebody has come, and his personality transcends this monstrous retrogression called ethnicity and tribalism. And therefore, people now have a hope, somebody that represents something different from what they have been seeing. An Atiku represents the old order. A Tinubu represents the old order. And these people have been there in the corridors of power up to their old age. So if you can't do something at your youthful age, if you can't do something at your youthful age, is it not that you are old? What is it that you have you want to do now that you couldn't do all this time that you've been in power since, you've been at the corridors of power since 1999? So people are tired. People want to give somebody new, somebody who is selfless, and that's why you see a lot of people are hinging their hopes on Peter Obi. Now, I don't have, if I was going to be, what's this now? If I was going to be tribally influenced, trust me, the type of anger I have for the Igbos with their attitude, with their very, very disgusting attitude, I will not campaign for Igbo. I will not campaign for Peter Obi. With what Nnamdi Kanu has done with his IPOB mischiefs, insulting everybody, trying to change people's history, everything. But you see, if we are going to be true to ourselves as a Christian, before this program I asked you if you are close to God. I have noticed that every choices of God is usually not the same choice that man makes. If you look at the choices of God, are usually the most stupid choices. But God has a way of looking at something more intrinsic in that choice, and that's why he chose it. If not, how do you expect that you are looking for somebody to go and tell Pharaoh, let my people go, and you go and pick a stammerer? Moses was a chronic stammerer. How do you not pick someone like that to go and speak? But there was something in him. The same Moses is tall, he has kingly attribute, he is very handsome, he has authority, he has guide, he has everything, but nobody is perfect. What was the imperfection in him was he can't speak. So to take care of the imperfection, Aaron was handed over to him, and so many other choices. So God now, I think, my opinion and my perspective, I think God now has looked into the rubble of this Southeast, Biafra agitation, insult, illiterate, abusive people, to say, okay, let me pick something good from this rubbish and give to the world. So it is not left for us, because I know that man will always reject what is good for him. Even your child, if you are giving your child medicine when you were small, I know you'll be guilty of this. When you were small, when your mom is giving you Nivaquine or chloroquine to make you well, you will cry and fight not to have that drug. So that's what Nigerians are doing. So it's a problem of cognitive dissonance. We've been so used to these old politicians, vote buying, illiteracy, schools are not working, roads are not working, hospitals are not working. Look, let me tell you, if you are not a rich man and you fall sick, now die you they die with that. Oh. If you are not a rich man and you fall sick, now die with that. So yeah,
Yes.
so Peter Obi going to Sokoto and getting the crowd he has is just a reflection of what the people are. The people are now waking up from this attachment to tribal affinity or to religious affinity. They are now connected to the reality of the problem. The market we go to, both Muslims and Christians are going to the market, and there's no different price for Christians and different price for Muslims. The same rate at which a Christian man will buy a mudu of rice is the same rate a Muslim man will buy a mudu of rice. The same salary a Muslim man collects is the same salary a Christian collects, and so it's the same with other tribes. So people are now connected to the reality of the failures of these recycled politicians. So let's try something new. And the only new object we have is somebody who has something and says, go and verify. He said he's more or less selfless. He says he doesn't, instead of him to sleep in a hotel of $250, he rather stays in a hotel and 250, is it thousand? I don't know. I mean, somebody who is connected to the reality of waste. And truly, I agree totally that the problem of Africa and Nigeria is waste. We spend money on frivolities. Look at Tinubu, who has not been elected in president. There's a video going viral of him. It is alleged that he caused a hold-up for 3 hours, preventing the already suffering masses who you plan to come and preside to stay out of the way. Just stay in one place and imagine a motorcade traveling a road for 3 hours. It means that motorcade should have been in excess of 1,000 motorcade. Does that not show you that the frivolities that we are used to in governance will continue when you elect these old people in power again? They don't care about you. They don't care about what you are going to. They don't care about your sufferings. All they are interested is their selfish ambition, is their personal interest. They want to die and include that CV. I died as the president of Nigeria. Even if it means going to the grave with that, even if it means one day, even if they swear me in today and I die the next day, just to have that in my CV or in my biography that yes, I was once the president of the Federal Republic. Now, I was watching a video. These things are online. I'm not making them up. I was watching one of the presidential aspirants, trying to analyze Nigerian economy. And then he said, the same person said he's going to increase demand and consumption. Now, demand and consumption are the same terminologies. If you create demand, that means there should be high consumption for demand to also rise. So when you create demand, consumption will rise. The higher the demand, the higher the consumption, because there is power to purchase things. That is why there can only be demand when there is a high purchasing power. The same man again in another lecture is saying that you have to increase taxes. You have to widen the tax net in order to increase. You have to decrease purchasing power. Why will somebody who said is going to increase demand and consumption be the same person again in less than 2 weeks after saying that you have to reduce purchasing power? It shows that these people don't know what they are doing. They don't even have a picture of the challenges for Nigeria. They don't even have a picture of the problem of Nigeria.
Yes.
That's because they didn't take time to study what really is the problem of Nigeria. They are just interested in being
power.
They're just interested in coming to power. If I were the handlers of Tinubu, I will beg the man to stop talking, because each time he speaks, you see the fact that he has no touch with the reality of the problems of Nigeria. The problem of Nigeria is simple. The ordinary man wants to see food to eat. Nobody wants to go and steal. Nobody wants to go and behead anybody. Nobody wants to go and rape women. Nobody. It's because youths are lazy. Nobody wants to go into Yahoo. Nobody wants to go into Yahoo Plus. Nobody wants to go into kidnapping. But people want to survive.
Mr. Raka, let's quickly play this video of Peter Obi. Let's listen to him. Let's listen to him.
September, when Tefabulawa wrote the World Bank to borrow $82 million to build the Kainji Dam.
You can't hear it. You put it close to the microphone.
So you were able to generate over 1,000 megawatts of electricity in the 60s. Almost 60 years after, you cannot generate 4,000. It's unacceptable. I just went to Egypt. They're doing 58,000, 100 million people. And they only added 30,000 in the last 5 years. All the people I met in the power plants and everything were engineers, Egyptians, trained in universities in Egypt. When I went to the ministries, they are the same thing. They were all educated.
The audio is not clear, Nepen. The audio is not clear.
This
People
is not
can't hear.
I can't hear. It's only you that cannot hear.
Okay. Fine.
In your people, in education, I visited all the states of Nigeria. There's no production because you have not invested in the people. Niger State, 76.3 square kilometers of land. They can't feed themselves. They can't feed Nigeria. Netherlands, 33,000 square meters. 33,000 square kilometers. They exported last year 120 billion worth of agriculture. A state twice their size, 2.5 times their size, and then winter cannot feed themselves. You have really invested in the human being. You need to do that investment. Taraba, 54.6 thousand square kilometers of land with Mambila Plaza, where you can do coffee, tea, and flour. Kenya exported 600 million worth of flour. Those who pick flour in Kenya paid $100. Ethiopia exported coffee, $1.1 billion. Can grow it there. Sierra Leone, with all their problems, 1.4 billion coffee, you can grow it there. Taraba cannot feed itself. They are waiting to share money from oil. What a country. You need to move this country.
Mr. Raka.
So you see, my sister.
He was discussing about him going to Egypt recently. You saw the video before. How you can grow the economy using other countries, African countries, as an example. So it just shows that this man knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing. You understand me? If after listening to, if you finish listening to Peter Obi and you are still connected to your bias, it means you are the problem of the country. It's not. We should stop blaming these politicians. If after listening to Peter Obi, you are still connected to the bias, oh, I don't like Igbos. No, I suspect Igbos. If you give leave Peter Obi and Igbo alone. This is not about Igbo. If it is because if Peter Obi then mentions that
Tinubu cannot make such statements right now. He cannot.
If Peter Obi today do the mistake of mentioning that I'm doing this because it's turn of the Igbos. Igbos have been marginalized. If you bring that in, bam, as his profile is rising, that same day his profile will drop. Because people are not doing this thing because of Igbo, so dare not bring Igbo and Biafra inside this matter. Because the reason why I'm connected to Peter Obi is because of his content. So I'm trying to love him, devoid of where he comes from. If I'm going to have a president, it should not be Igbo, it should not be Yoruba, it should not be Hausa, it should be a Nigerian. We voted a Buhari who is a Fulani, and when he came into power, everything he did was for the Fulanis. So if I'm going to vote Peter Obi because he's Igbo, it means when he becomes president, he's going to do everything for Igbos. Definitely, if you vote Tinubu, definitely that one you don't even need a miracle to know what he's going to do. He's going to come as a Yoruba president, and if he comes as a Yoruba president, he's going to do things for Yoruba because he said it's the turn of the Yorubas. So such a person comes with a vengeance and a vendetta. Buhari came with a vendetta. See where we are today. Now, Atiku has been relatively silent. I respect the fact that Atiku is silent, because this is the era of social media. People will pick every single word that you say. If you are going to speak, make sure that you have proof to back it off. Now, Peter Obi is speaking every day on social media because he has proof. He will be the first to say, go and verify. So Atiku has been quiet, but Tinubu is trying to match Peter Obi by talking. And each time you talk, people who are social media influencers, people who listen to social media are listening to you, and they could easily pick things. Tinubu should just go and if anybody is supporting Tinubu, truly, if you are a Yoruba man and you are supporting Tinubu, it's simply because Tinubu is a Yoruba man. You are just being tribalistic. If this same Tinubu were to be another tribe, if this same Tinubu were to be an Igbo man, Yoruba man would have been shouting the same thing we are shouting, that the man is sick, the man is not well, the man is not this. If Tinubu were to be an Hausa man, the Yoruba too, we also have been shouting, the man is sick, the man is that. It's just pure sentiments, and the Yorubas are known for that. Pure tribal sentiments. And the Yorubas have played the highest tribal sentiments in politics, and it has killed whatever thing that we are going to do in Nigeria, because they always see Nigeria in the binoculars or in the pictures or in the glasses of Odua or Southwest, and that has destroyed us. So I was talking to somebody yesterday, a fortnight ago, and he was saying that Obasanjo does not represent the will of the Yoruba people. So the 8 years Obasanjo spent as president of Nigeria is not on record, should not be taken into account for Southwest, because he was not the popular choice of Yoruba. So we should discard it. Osibanjo, who was vice president for 8 years, should not be taken into account because he was not a president. So all this time that the Yorubas have been in the corridor of power should not be taken into record, because these actors does not represent the will of the people. Now, who are the people and what is their will? I will tell you their will. Their will is this. The reason why some Yorubas do not see Obasanjo as representing the will of the Yoruba people is because in the Yoruba people, they believe that Obasanjo is not a Muslim, or Osibanjo is not a Muslim. So to them, the only time they will now agree that yes, a Yoruba man have truly ruled this country is if he's a Yoruba Muslim. That is the only thing that is pushing this Tinubu campaign. That is just it. You know, I've come to a level where, hello, can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello, Mr. Raka, I can hear you.
Okay. You see?
I go change my hair.
Okay. No, this is your powerful hair. No worry, I understand. So, you see, it has come to a level where people live in denial. Look, you cannot discuss Nigerian politics and leave religion out of it. For those who are saying that I can't discuss politics, let's leave religion out. How can you leave religion out of it when a section of the country live by religion to the religion forms the basis of their political permutation? Watch the imam speaks in the north. All the imams that speak in the north. Any political decision, anybody that has to become president must be somebody that will protect the superiority of Islam in Nigeria. It's a very, very strong consideration. So how can we be talking about Nigerian politics when you say, let us read religion out of it? The Yoruba man, the man I spoke with is a very educated man, at least judging from the way he speaks, very enlightened personality. But he said, he made one parable for me. He said, even if it's a goat and it's a Yoruba goat, that a Yoruba man will consider that goat first, being a Yoruba man, before he thinks of another person. That is a concept of Tiwa Tiwani. The same way the Hausa people have Nigeria same Malan. It's the same way the Yoruba have the concept of the ideology of Tiwa Tiwani.
Please define that for those who are watching right now, Mr.
Oh, Nigeria same Malan means Nigeria can only be ruled by an Islamic scholar or a Muslim. That's Nigeria same Malan. It is the ideology that drives the political mentality of the Northerners. Then Yorubas also have a political mentality that drives them, which is Tiwa Tiwani. If not for a people who have produced a president that ruled this country for 8 years, a vice president for 8 years, and you still want to rule this country for another 8 years, what do you call that? Total
look, when it comes to tribalism in Nigeria, it's deeply rooted in the in the country, everywhere in the country. This is
No,
not
but
just
some people
about the
play it more.
Yorubas
Some
or
people
the
play it
Northerners.
more. Some people play it more
All
than.
Nigerians are tribalistic
Yes,
in
yes,
nature.
yes, yes. I agree with
Nigerians
you,
are tribalistic in
but
nature.
some people
So
play it more.
even the Yorubas, when it comes to the political sphere of Nigeria, I think the Yorubas are even less tribalistic.
So
I'm telling you right now.
why they insist that Tinubu
Politically,
is president again after having 8 years? And
yeah,
even
look,
apart from that, let me tell you, my sister, if you watch Tinubu speak and you still want Tinubu to rule you, it's only one thing that will drive you to insist that Tinubu becomes the president of this country. Pure, unadulterated sentiment. You cannot see that man speak. That man is even mentally incoherent. Watching that
1960.
before Mr. Oraka will come back, let me play this video of Peter Obi for you guys to watch and listen.
September,
He's very strategic.
wrote the World Bank
Listen to this.
to borrow $82 million to build the Kainji Dam. So you were able to generate over 1,000 megawatts of electricity in the 60s. Almost 60 years after, you cannot generate 4,000. Almost 60 years after. It's unacceptable. I just went to Egypt.
Dig safe tips. How to understand your location.
100 million people. And they only added 30,000 in the last
such as natural gas.
All the people I met in the power plants and everything were engineers, Egyptians, trained in universities in Egypt.
Hello.
When I went to the ministries, they are the same thing. They were educated in Egypt.
We are back.
Yeah. Is somebody calling?
No, nobody.
Okay. So you see, I said, if you watch Peter Obi speak and you watch Tinubu speak, Atiku hardly speak. And I know he's just taking his time not to commit any blunder. Now, the people that have been speaking that we can actually pick from what they are saying, they said, you can only judge a man by the content of his character. And the Bible said you can only judge out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. So these people are speaking. So based on what they speak, you cannot judge the abundance of what is in their heart. You are hearing Peter Obi speak. You are hearing Tinubu speak. This man, Tinubu is telling you that he's going to recruit 50 million Nigerian youth. Imagine a country, Nigeria, with 50 million. That means anywhere you go, it's just army. You will be seen. It makes no sense. Nigeria can be policed, but that is army alone. We have not spoken about police. We have not spoken about civil defense. We have not spoken about other security apparatus, air forces, and army, for goodness sake. Then they are going to feed them with agbado, masara, and corn, agbado and cassava. Then yam in the morning. This man is you're just saying things without a background knowledge of the systemic operation of our. First, you are not even in touch with what catalyzes this problem, and you are not even creative enough to say, okay, what is the responsive solution to this problem? A man who went to Egypt to understudy how they are able to transform from 4,000 megawatts to 54,000 megawatts in 4 years. Who knows that in Nigeria, one of the biggest challenges we have is power. We don't have power. A lot of businesses, hospitals. I had an operation the last time. Before they started the operation, they had to put on a standby generator because the type of operation I had would be fatal if they seize light. So they had to put on generator. So, and you know, it is about 10 times the cost of paying for NEPA if you are using diesel. And now, in case you don't know, the price of diesel has like tripled over the course of 8 years that Buhari government is in power. Now, a manager of a company was talking the other day. He said that they spend about 15 billion naira in a year just for diesel alone. 15 billion naira in a year. And out of that 15 billion is only 60% that is actually used, because someone will bring a tanker and tells that he has loaded 30,000 liters of diesel, but in actual fact, it's 20,000 liters that is inside. So, but you will pay for 30,000, whereas you're actually paying for 20,000. And by the time it finishes, you order another tanker, they bring another 20,000 liters and sell it for you for 30,000. So you see, at the end of the day, you find out that 40% of that 50 billion goes into pocket. So there is too much leakages. We have too much leakages in Nigeria. We have too much looting, too much stealing. So you have to block these leakages. It was what Jonathan did by creating the BVN, the bank verification number. Because before now, people have multiple accounts with different names. I can open 10 accounts and nobody will trace it to me. But now with one BVN, but still, people have also found a way to go around it. Because I could just bring 10 people, give them BVN account, ask them to open accounts, but the password and everything about that account goes to me. So they have different names, different personalities, but I'm the one in charge of the account. So there are many ways that Nigerians have developed to steal money. That is why when election comes, you suddenly find the same money we say that are not available, the same money that we say that are not available to chase goods. Suddenly in election, these monies are now available. People are now giving out $75,000. Come on. Do you know what $75,000 is? That's huge, but that's about 40-something million naira. Somebody is bringing out that one just to give out to 2,000 people. And the same man is telling you that he wants to rule you. The same man who has not given a true verifiable account on how this money is made. Take these monies and filters it away from you. And you hail it, Jagaban. Sorry, we're not trying. See, I told you something before we started this show. I said, look, you have children. After this show, take a good look at the faces of your children. You're going to die one day and leave them. What is the future in Nigeria are you living for them? A future where they will have the best education, the best exposure, the best upbringing, the best moral upbringing, yet the children of the Almajiris will tell them, sit down, and they will sit down. Is that the type of Nigeria you want? A situation whereby they have all the best advantages in terms of moral and physical upbringing, yet they come to Nigeria, those who are left, the children of the wayward, who have also produced their kind, will not be the one controlling your children. If you don't want that, then you should start changing the way you are thinking. This is not about tribalism. It's about choosing the best among the lot we have. I know you are a blogger. I know definitely you have to pay your bills. But if this is just a small sacrifice you can do, let us vote the right candidate. Let us stop circulating these old people that have kept us. They have no solution, because if they have solution, they would have solved this problem long ago. Atiku has been in the corridor since 1999. 1999 to 2022 is 21 years. So you cannot tell me that it is suddenly that now that you're in PDP in your old age, that suddenly you don't have the solution. Atiku as a vice president had so much power because at that time it's like we had two presidents. If Obasanjo says this, he will say no. So why didn't you bring policies? And Obasanjo have it on record that this man stole a lot of money during his tenure. That Atiku stole a lot of money. You were former a custom officer. Have you gone to Aptic University? Do you know how much it takes to build a university? A university. Do you know how much it costs to set up a university? And this university was built some about 15, 16 years ago. I've been to Aptic University. Men, no men. If you go to the school, you will know that money talks and bullshit works. So these are people, they steal the money, come and spend it in front of the poor masses. The poor masses, sunk in their poverty state and attached to the means to solve their immediate challenges, take these crumbs from these people who have gone to loot the country dry, and they suddenly forget that, hey, the reason why you are in that penury, the reason why you are in that poverty is because of this man who has gone to steal the money from the system that should have found a way through a verifiable system that should have ordinarily reached you. But they block the system. They block the system that prevents money from going to the masses so that it can come to you. They rechannel the system to come to them. So they make a lot of money even while doing nothing. They go to money. The money comes to them. This is a man who his own brother said that he goes to Dubai, and Sanusi Lamido. He said it that this man goes to Dubai and spend his time in Dubai. He stays more in Dubai. After 4 years, he comes back to campaign again. If he loses, he goes back to Dubai. So if truly we keep our mind, I am not going to be biased. I am going to design the future that will enable my children. Which future is good for my children? Which future do I really want for my children? A future whereby he's going to learn that the only way you can get to power is to steal money and be in a cabal where if you steal money, they don't persecute you. Don't forget that in this country, somebody came and said, if you join APC, your sins are forgiven. That means APC is a den of sinners whose sins have been forgiven without trial. What is the legacy you are going to leave for your children? That if you steal money, only join the cabal where you have to sell your right. Akpabio was a thief, but he wasn't in the cabal. He joined the cabal, his sins was forgiven. Amechi was a thief. He stole Rivers money. He came to APC. His sins were forgiven. So, but Darie, who stole very less, Darie stole only 100 million naira. 100 million naira, which is the equivalent of one APC form. He was jailed immediately. Now he has been forgiven because he has joined APC. He's a member of APC because want to use him to capture the votes of a Plateau State. So you can see, are these the legacy you want to transfer to your kids? Are these the legacy you want your children to learn? If this is not what you want them to learn, then you change the system. Change the system, and the only way we can do is to change this cycle. So these things I'm telling you now are things that people you see following Peter Obi are the realities that they've connected to. People are tired. People don't want to keep.
Mr. Raka, this upcoming election is going to be historical because the way Nigerians are all clamoring for this PVC is something I've never seen for all my adult years. That Nigerians are so determined about PVC. The other day, I saw some group of women, dancing on social media saying that they have postponed the deadline for registration for PVC or something. So to August, these women were jubilating. It just shows that Nigerians are very determined in this upcoming election to cast
change the system.
Those who haven't voted before,
yeah,
they are
right.
planning to vote. Yes.
I told the Yoruba guy, I said, they showed Tinubu with his crowd in Lagos. I said, yes, that crowd he has in Lagos. He should leave Lagos. Let us see. He should come to a Plateau State. Let's see if he can generate that same crowd that he generated in Lagos. Obi left Southeast and went far to Sokoto in Northeast. Sokoto is in Northeast, Atiku's place. You can see the crowd he generated. And there was no security. He didn't bring a siren and everything. He went there. He even went there quietly, but news got that he came. And you see, people want you and I should be happy that the Nigerian populace are now beginning to identify with individuals and not political parties. It's a very, very good thing to our politics because the political party voting has created room for bad political leaders to hide under the name of a party with a goodwill. So when APC came, APC sold the narrative that PDP has looted us dry. That PDP are criminals, they've looted our money, we want change. Buhari is a man of integrity. And that was what drove a lot of people to vote APC. Now APC has brought this man who, by every standard, has no solution to this country at all. Of course, I wasn't expecting Buhari to bring anything. I wasn't expecting Buhari to even say anything. Now, for somebody who has tasted Buhari's administration for 8 years, the same you want to now try another Tinubu for 8 years. What is the difference between Tinubu and Buhari? It simply shows that you that a snake has bitten in the afternoon are not afraid for anything that looks like a rope in the night. Somebody who a snake has bitten in the afternoon, even a rope laying on the ground, he will jump because you have had experience. So it's like Nigerians are not learning from the experience that they have in the previous past. It's like we have a negative cognitive dissonance, whereby because this is how it is, let it continue like that. Because I survived today, I can survive tomorrow. Like Nigeria can't continue. For goodness sake, look at Ghana. Ghana that we drove away from Nigeria. Ghana must go. Ghana that we drove because they were becoming a nuisance to us. Nigerians are now running from Nigeria to the people you drove away from Nigeria. Ghana. Look at what's this country? Rwanda. Rwanda is now growing very fast, and very soon Nigerians will be running to Rwanda, because we like running to countries where they get their systems right. And we go there, we will carry our crimes and bad way of life to those countries that they suffer to repair. Do you know what? I think Rwanda is run by a woman, I can't say. But what Rwanda did was simple. They removed the very two things that is destroying Africa, and that is ethnicity and religion. And the minute they do that, Rwanda is now growing in high tech. They are now producing their own high tech. Look at Nigerians. We have Innocent Motors that produces and assembles vehicle in Nigeria. But because he's not a Hausa man, you will not patronize his product. Because he's not a Yoruba man, you will not patronize his product. Because he doesn't belong to the cabal, government will not buy his vehicle. What is wrong with us? We would rather take our money to import Toyota vehicles from China. And because there is something about demand. If you are going to buy something from Ghana, let me not, if Nigeria is going to buy something from Ghana, of course you will not buy something with your Naira. You have to first buy that thing in the value of the CD, in the value of the Ghanaian CD that money was pegged. Let's say we are buying 1,000 television set, 1,000 plasma television set at 1 million CD. Then the same Ghanaian government will tell you, okay, for every one Ghana CD, this is the Naira we think your value is. So the person you are buying from has the purchasing right to determine your currency. So if we keep buying, we keep importing, and we are not producing, every day our negotiating power for the value of our Naira will be declining. And that is why our Naira is declining every day, because we have completely stopped producing. The oil which we have in abundance, we are not producing, we are not refining it. We are so used to importing. Why go through the stress of producing when we can import? We have the money. And that is not going to be good. Now, somebody come and say that he will turn Nigeria from a consuming country to a production country. It tells you that he knows what he's talking about. Because when you produce and you supply, people who are going to buy your goods are going to negotiate your goods with the strength of your Naira. You will not be the one to say that, okay, we are going to sell this good at this rate of your currency to my currency. And when we keep doing that day, when we keep doing that every day, our value of Naira begins to appreciate, because we are now supplying, we are now producing, we are now giving people something to sell. Why do you think China is producing? Why do you think China is where they are today? It's because they are producing. They keep every street and corner, everybody's producing. They buy one car from America and they replace and they replicate that car. Most of the car you are buying is American spec. It's not. So we must, somebody who should know that demand and consumption is the problem of Nigeria is telling that he's going to increase it by adding 50 million consumers and demanders to our currency, thereby creating unnecessary need to import things. Because if you are demanding and you are consuming, that means the need to import will increase. And when we keep importing, our Naira will keep depreciating. But somebody said, no, we have to stop consuming and we start producing. Let us produce what we need and export the excesses. That is how you produce. That is how you raise a country. So it takes bias. If you are biased, and what we need to do, what we social media influencers need to do is to be able to tell Nigerians to stay away from their bias. It is this bias that has led us to choose wrong candidates into our leadership. Dubai is what it is today because of good leadership. China is what it is today because of good leadership. Leaders who have a vision for their country. How many vision we don't? Our vision for Nigeria has become vision of fake churches, of fake pastors. We had Vision
Mr.
2010.
Raka,
2010 has come and gone. Nothing. It is worse than what it. Nigeria is worse than where it was when we made the vision of 2010. Then we had Vision 2020. 2020 has come and gone. Nigeria is still worse off than when we made Vision 2010. It's because we don't have vision. We just say this vision, that, just to cover just to have something to discuss and create room to have more money to create seminars, to spend some more. We'll create seminar Vision 2040 or Vision 2030, and we rent one hotel in a Transcorp Hilton and pay huge money, 3 days seminar. People will hang this in, all participants will pay guest speaker or a keynote speaker. You pay him some money, professor this, professor that. All at the end of the day will just be an exercise. We go back to a normal way. Implementation now is our problem. We have great thinkers, we have great philosophers, we have great ideologies, we have everything in Nigeria. We have creators, we have inventors. Have you seen what our young boys do in mathematics competition, even at the world stage? Spelling bee. We have some very, very good brains. But when they finish secondary school, finish university, they become lost because Big Brother Nigeria is there to take the attention of everybody. When somebody becomes so educated and the only way he can express himself is one debate where the star prize is 10 million naira, whereas somebody who is going to show his breast and buttocks is going to go home with 100 million. What kind of encouragement are you encouraging youth to become productive? What kind of country is this? So we need somebody who can come and put the priorities of Nigeria straight. Because what we have in Nigeria now is not masara and agbado. It's not consumption. We don't need. It's not the military we have can solve the problem we have in Nigeria. It's just that the military is biased. The level of bias in Nigeria has penetrated the Nigerian military, and that's why the military cannot function. So it is not recruiting more. If you recruit more Nigerians and they are biased, Yoruba military are supporting Yoruba ideology. Hausa military are supporting Hausa ideology. Igbo military are supporting Biafra. We will still have the same. The problem has not solved. We are just increased or amplified the problem. I lived in the barracks from 1978 to 1983. Yeah, 5 years. I was in the barrack. I am a barrack boy. When I grew up in the barrack, there was nothing like you be Muslim, you be Hausa, you be this, you be. We didn't know anything like that. But it's not the same thing today. The religious divide is heavily pronounced in our barracks. If a Muslim man, if a Muslim woman, if maybe a man married to a Muslim, if the wife of a Muslim is fighting with the wife of a Christian, people will take side. The Muslim women will take side with the Muslim man, with the Muslim wife, and the Christian women will take side with the Christian wife. This is not supposed to be a country that religion and ethnicity forms the basis on which we make decisions. So are we now saying that if the Roboman is going to produce a thief as a leader, because I'm Roboman, I should vote him? When my friend was talking about Yoruba, that he vote your own. So this thing is not about Tinubu being sick. It's not about Tinubu being unhealthy. It's just the fact that president is going to come to Yoruba land. Why are we like that? Who told that? Who told you that there are no good leadership in Ijo land, or in Birom land, or in Benue State, or in Taraba State? There are good leaders. Even me. So long as I have the truthfulness to care about the sufferings of the masses and allow the people, I am just a spokesman for the people, and allow the people to say this is what they want, and I give to the people what they want, I can rule this country.
But Mr. Raka, you can do better. I've been watching you carefully for a few minutes now. You are a wonderful man.
You understand me? So the problem of
able to identify, not just only identifying the problems of Nigeria, providing solution to those problems.
Yes.
And you have nailed it on this program today. I must commend you.
Hold on.
Consciousness of the problems facing the country, you have explained so eloquently on this program.
Now let me tell you, the banks in Nigeria.
You are a wonderful man.
The banks in Nigeria now are not surviving based on normal bank services, where banks don't give loans in Nigeria, because the people who are going to collect the loan are not even going to invest those loans in an economic environment whereby their projects will yield profits. So how are the banks surviving? You have to pay for diesel. Banks run more on diesel than on power supply. So the banks now are cheating. The banks now are cheating their customers. Before, if you have a savings account, after 1 year, if I have 10,000 naira in my savings account, after 1 year, I could get like 2,000 or 3,000 or my 10,000 naira. Now, if you have savings account, rather than your money to be increasing, your money will be increasing. Abi alai? Now, what is happening is that they say that your ATM card that is with you, that works with it's simply a program that's in the system. It's just a program that is system, which identifies the chip in your smart card. So a card that is in your pocket, they say they are maintaining it in the bank, and they keep deducting certain amount every day, every week, from every month from your card. So the banks are actually stealing from their customers to stay alive, to stay afloat. I have a bank with Heritage Bank. It was 2 branches in Jos, but they've closed one because the cost of running a bank office has become very high. So you see, you just need to go into any company now and see how they are suffering. Supermarkets. Nobody goes to supermarket to buy anything now because you cannot buy what is on the shelf. So how are these people surviving? They still have to run their supermarkets with diesel. They still have to run their supermarket with diesel. The only place that you see people spend, let me give you something to tell you how bad Nigeria is. Go to Abuja. There is no single producing company in Abuja. We don't have any company, no company, but yet hello? Hello?
Yes, Mr. Raka.
Can you
Yes.
hear me?
I can hear you now.
Hello?
The line was breaking.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you, Mr. Raka. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Somebody tried to call me. Think that's so people now, if you ask yourself in Abuja, because I've been to Abuja and because I'm a very observant person, I try to observe. Maybe that's why I have so much to say about everything. If you go to Abuja now, you find out that people spend. A lot of people spend. People spend. If all the shop rights, all Grand Square, Abi, if you go to there's the Grand Square. In fact, we were there. You can count up to about 5,000 cars in a day going there to shop, and it doesn't matter how much price people buy. So where is the money coming from? Which factories are in Abuja? Which companies are in Abuja? The banks are booming everywhere. It's because politicians are stealing money and mopping up money from all part of the country, so in Abuja to spend. We cannot continue like that. A state without factories should not be spending the way it is spending. No, politicians are just the politicians we have now are all thieves. Atiku, Tinubu, they are all thieves. You get me? All these people did it when Atiku left. Is it Adama State? What did he leave? When Tinubu left Lagos State, what did he leave? Tinubu now is the single landlord of Lagos State. Every money, whoever comes there must give him his share. Every tax that comes from Lagos State must come to him. After leaving the governorship for many times, he is now the supreme godfather of Lagos State politics. We country cannot run like this. How if I become a governor, I'm the commander-in-chief of this state, but yet answerable to one man who was an old governor of the state? It doesn't work that way. In this country, there is somebody who is a senator. His son is the governor. His son, no, the father is angling to be senator. His son is angling to be governor. His daughter is angling to be House of Rep member. What is wrong with this? How can you see all these things and you will not be angry?
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Hey,
Mr. Raka, let me ask you.
Let me log off and log in again.
Can you hear me? Michael, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, my yes.
Oh my God. Mr. Raka, I have one comic for you. He will log in again. Okay. He's coming now. Oh my God. Mr. Araka, can you hear me?
No, it's loud and clear now.
Okay, Mr. Araka, as you were speaking, I have one comic question I'm going to throw in. Not question, but comments from the commenters. Let me read this one. There are a lot of comments here, but this one is a little bit comic and hilarious. Let me read it. I know this man very well. Please, don't trust him. Now, Fulani man. Nigerians say, God, I don't want to have headache. I just wake up. It's early morning in Canada. Please, you guys should not give me a headache.
I've been the best for Tango. I've been the best for Tango State Operation. In any case, my name is Magnus Oraka. I am from Delta State. I am from Ethiopia East local government of Delta State. And there's a village there they call Okparawata side. That's where I'm from. But I live in the north. I can speak outside. Okay, I mean because I dress like a boki.
Maybe it's your heart that is deceiving people here. Mr. Oraka, Fulanimba, you came to this program. Nigerians say, you guys cannot kill me.
In any case, the truth is this. The truth is to say, the problem of Nigeria is real. Forget Mr. Sani who said that Buhari has tried 90%. If there are people who believe that Buhari has tried over 90% to fix this country, that means the country does not need any solution. That means we should carry on doing that.
Another comment for you. I'm sorry that I'm interrupting you.
No, go
I
ahead.
have another good one. This one is a moral booster. This comment is a moral booster for Mr. Oraka. You know, we must really commend you for your efforts. Mr. Oraka, the talking machine. I love you, bro. Yes, Mr. Oraka, honestly, you are the best. You are the best. The analysis you did on this program today, I was just watching you for some minutes. You didn't stop, and you were saying it with passion. You know, you can identify the problems facing this country, not only identify the problems, also provide solutions to the problem. Some of the candidates right now, they cannot identify the problems of Nigeria. They're just there campaigning, making noise.
Of course.
Making noise.
I can assure you that on the day of the presidential debate, some of these candidates will not appear.
Yes, they won't appear. Yes, because they don't know what to say.
Do you know that in the last debate, Buhari didn't appear? And I felt so bad. Now it reminds me of something. I felt so ashamed that while Buhari didn't appear, the rest, they are Mogalu and they are Obaseki, they stood there and they were talking. I said, look, if I was there, because you see, we don't have this political arrogance. We don't have this political pride. We are just eager to get this cheap popularity and go. And that's all. If I was there and Buhari and Atiku didn't come there, Buhari and Atiku were not present, I will not be there too. I will also leave.
So,
but they stayed.
I can hear you.
Who is talking? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Mr. Raka, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Babe, I can hear you.
Now there's one front, there's other your discussion, you are distracting with your discussion. I can hear some background discussion there. So the truth is that there is another problem that we have, and that's the problem of the North. There is high level of illiteracy. Now, this is what illiteracy does. Illiteracy blinds you from rationality. And don't forget the type of illiteracy we have in the North. It goes pari passu with hunger. Now, if you mix hunger and illiteracy together, then you have just created vulnerable people that you can actually say anything to, and they will accept. So this is the tool that the elite in the North are using, because they cannot empower. You see, sometimes I am beginning to wonder why the elite in the North does not want education to thrive in the North. Because if you are educated, you ask questions. But these people do not want these Northerners to ask questions. If you like, let Naira becomes 1,000 to $1. And now someone will still vote for his own, because he tells you that Nigeria, same Nigeria must be ruled by a Muslim. If you like, let mudu of rice be 3,000 naira per mudu. Kilo of meat, 6,000 naira per kilo. Nigeria say malam, because that dislike and hatred for their Muslim counterpart has been sown very deeply in them. How do you let them know that you don't need to vote this way? The way you can do that is to get at the source which they are getting this ideology, and the sources are this malam. There must be a law that says any malam or pastor who preaches, see, malams and pastors, these Muslim imams and pastors, they are custodians of innocent minds. They are custodians of minds. There must be a law in Nigeria who says that any malam who preaches discordant preaches that leads to hate for another religion or for another person should be jailed. You see, the problem with Nigeria is that people don't suffer for consequences. People believe that you can do anything and get away with it. You can steal money and get away with it if you're a Muslim. You can say anything. You can say anything. You can say anything that is evil and get away with it if you're a Muslim. But if you're a Christian, you say anything against Nigeria, you are picked and you are locked. What Nnamdi Kanu did, I am not making a case for Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu has said some very, very provocative things, but there are Hausas too who have said far worse things than Nnamdi Kanu. Why are they not also in jail? There are people who have issued statements and ideology leading to people killing people. Why are they not in jail? Those people who were arrested for killing Deborah in Sokoto, suddenly we are not hearing about them. I can tell you, I can almost guess that they have been freed. Somebody may have even sponsored them out of the country to Saudi Arabia or Dubai, and that case is dead.
Yeah, yes.
And this country cannot work like that because the leader has kept a deaf. Look, let me tell you, I will tell you a secret today. These northerners are not as how do I put it? I'm trying to look for the word. They are not as untouchable as they make you feel. They are not as fearless as they make you feel. They give you this persona as if they are fearless. They can do things like now lie. Now wash, according to the youth. Once there is a rule that says if you do this, you'll be punished, and they see that yes, there's punishment for actions that are forbidden by the laws of the land, I'm telling you, they'll fall in order. It is just this gang mentality. In the north, there's a name for this gang mentality. It's called Tarwandengi. Tarwandengi, that's gang mentality. And the principle of Tarwandengi is that if, for instance, I'm an Hausa man and I'm fighting with a Southerner, if I wasn't there when whatever issues that made both of you fight, or whatever issues that are discussing both of you to fight, if I wasn't there, but now I've come at the point where both of you are fighting, I don't need to ask questions. I will just take your side and start fighting the Southern man. That is what Tarwandengi is. And it's a principle that drives here. So some of us that live in the north, we don't go about looking for trouble. If I tell you look for trouble, you start saying I'm sorry because you don't have people who will be on your side. You get me? So that's one. Then another thing that's our problem again is we in the south, we don't like ourselves. I will tell you something that will shock you. If you go to police station here in the north, or you go to a court like civil cases, most people that do civil cases here in the north, or most people you find in cells in police station here are Southerners. Because this I no agree, man. You know what I know agree. Me and you get issue. An issue we can just simply solve at home. Before you know it, you want to show to me that you are a more superior being than me. You don't run go police. Go bring police, arrest me. All you want to see is that they put me behind counter. Just to give you a feeling that you have suppressed me and elevate your ego. Say you pass me. So that hatred for Southerners should stop. You get
Mr. Raka, thank you. Thank you. Let me quickly introduce my assistant to the audience. I was expecting someone to comment about him, and someone just did. I'll be expecting this. I trust Nigerians. They are not very quiet. You cannot just expect them to be watching one person sitting here in the studio not saying anything. So somebody has commented saying that, but now two people be dead here. Why is only one person talking? Yes, he's my assistant. He's just joining to watch because from now on he will be managing these live broadcasts because I'm a very busy person. I have a lot of things that I'm doing. I might not be available to be joining the live broadcast all the time. So he will be managing this live broadcast with Mr. Oraka and many others. Okay, so that is why I brought him to the program today to just watch. Michael, his name is Michael Olariwaju. He's from Ondo State. He's gonna be managing this program. All right. So, introduction has been done.
People can call in. People can call in. I beg. I like those phone in just to see to align people's people.
They have been calling since I told them to call back because we were speaking. It's hard for me to interrupt you. So let me call this person that called last. Yes, Mr. Oraka is very knowledgeable. Somebody just left a comment for you, Mr. Oraka. Harris Oak. Oraka is knowledgeable in respect to Nigeria political sphere. Yes. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, you were calling.
Yeah, you have to go with your program, but the network was down.
Oh, okay. So go ahead, tell us.
So yeah, I really appreciate you guys. It's a wonderful team. Just as my friend there rightly said, we need the radical change to good leadership. Yeah, I really appreciate the program. I like this sensitization that I wish you guys would please continue to sensitize people so that we can have this great change that we really need.
Exactly.
What really marveled me is me always seeing our siblings at home. This is 4 months and counting. Universities are closed down. So what's the future like? Those are the key things. The economy can be fixed. Let's forget sentiment. Let's forget religion. Those issues should not be a barrier to fix the economy. Let us just give it to the right person. Just as you said, we move from a consuming nation to a producing nation. And we see us do better. By the time we start to export things that we produce locally, you'll see that Naira will bounce back.
Yes.
My granddad once told me that there was a time the Naira value was bigger than pounds. Those were the days that Nigeria was exporting kernel, palm fruit, palm kernel, cocoa, and so on. So I need this sensitization. That was my contribution. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Because of the devaluation of our currency is driving people to migrate out of Nigeria. You understand?
Exactly. Yeah. That's what we are saying. So by the time we are able to get good leadership, things will fall in place. Things will really fall in place.
If we have electricity first, if this next government can provide electricity for Nigeria, only electricity, Mr. Oraka, we are good. Electricity will help to boost the economy. People don't have electricity. What do you expect? What can you do in Nigeria without electricity? Yeah. So, thank you, my brother.
That's something we can do. That's something we can. It's doable. These things are doable.
Electricity is one of the basic necessity that no country in the world is complaining about electricity. Nigeria is so backward.
And somebody went to go and study how people do their own. You still don't see the man that the man wants to work. That man that don't. Somebody is busy driving a convoy on the street. Somebody use the time to go and study. This country.
Thank you, sir. So electricity is one of the basic necessities.
That's the foundation. That's the foundation that
country, even the poorest country in the world, is not even crying for electricity because it's just too basic now. That Nigeria, the giant of Africa, we still don't have steady electricity in the country. There are some regions in Nigeria whereby they don't even know what is electricity for years. The other time during the Ondo State is one of the most neglected states in Nigeria. During Ondo State election, I was amazed with some of the things I saw with my eyes because these guys were on grant. capturing what is going on in Ondo State. I was so surprised. You know that Ondo State is just there. It's a small state, but it's one of the most neglected states, and the people are not vocal enough.
Somebody took a flight. Somebody took a flight from Abuja to Edo, your state. Before they land, there was no light. There was no light to light up a whole airport. A whole airport. There was no light to light up a whole airport. The plane had to turn back and go back to Abuja.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Thank God that the plane even has enough fuel to go back to Abuja.
The plane could not land because there's no light to guide it to land in the night.
Lord.
Our country be this. If you are not angry and you still want to recycle the same people that are responsible, look, I wish these people were not talking. I wish Tinubu, for instance, I wish he wasn't talking. Listening to Tinubu talk, you can see why these people have not been solving this country's problem. They have absolutely no solution to it.
Mr. Raka, I can't believe that a whole Edo State, looking at the history of Edo State, Benin Kingdom, Benin Empire, that was once considered as the major entry port of the Europeans to West Africa. Benin. It's a shame that there's no electricity. We're supposed to even have international airport. If you look at historical, look at the history of Benin. We're supposed to have international airport. If we cannot light up our airports, local airports in Benin, it's a shame.
You've been in a hotel. Some they'll put off the light. They'll switch off the generator maybe 12 p.m. or 1 p.m. or 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. Can you a hotel that you pay? You're supposed to get 24-hour power supply in a hotel that you're paying for. But then again, you also blame the hotel management, because do you know how much fuel you need to buy to run an edifice like Transcorp Hilton Hotel? Do you know how much fuel it would require to run a hotel like that? That's very huge. So we need power. Power is the first fundamental thing that we need to fix. It's so unfortunate. It's so unfortunate that Nigerians, they call it stomach infrastructure. So Nigerians are more connected to their hunger than the reality of changing Nigeria. You get me? That the reality of changing Nigeria. So I've seen
somebody is on the phone. Let the person quickly talk. Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes.
Mr. Raka.
Oh, Mr.
Hey,
Raka,
my brother.
Mr. Raka, I'm married. 3 goals for you.
Yes.
Hey, Adela, don't let them.
It is so sad that Nigeria, that your type is your knowledge, your fast knowledge, saying that Nigeria today. Now, man, because I'm following you, Mr. Raka. The way you analyze Nigeria.
Yes.
You see, you analyze the exact way it be. Don't add, don't promote. You are a man. Keep it up, my brother.
Mr. Raka, you are too much. Nobody like you. Nobody like you.
You can contribute for the program or contribute for the program. You as you hear me like, wait now, you hear me, match break now, show. You dey bossa for me. Bossa now, you na 3 bottles of beer without to have. Later,
yes, I will call him. I will connect him with you, Mr. Raka, after this program. You know.
Yes. I've known him. I've been following him. His speeches.
Mr. Raka is wonderful.
It's not tribalist. It's not tribalist.
But somebody said I'm tribalistic. Oh.
Somebody said that Mr. Raka, we should not trust him, that he's a Fulani man. You too, you believe that he's a Fulani man. You also believe that. No. You don't believe that he's a Fulani man, that we should not trust him. He's from Mr. Raka, where are you from again in the north? From Fulani, Sokoto.
Wallahi tallahi. A'udhu billahi. Nida katsina ne wallahi tallahi.
He's such an very intelligent genius. The way that they analyze Nigeria, that's the way Nigeria are. That's what Nigeria be. Don't come out the way you analyze them. That's what Nigeria be. And I love that man. He's not a tribalist. He's not a tribalist. He will tell you the way he is. So anybody when they listen, they should listen to him because he has a lot of knowledge, very fast knowledge. That's what Nigeria be. Thank you very much, Mr. Raja. Connect that to me later.
Yes, for sure. I will send his phone number to you. You need to talk to him. Mr. Araka is wonderful. So this analysis, I spent some minutes watching you carefully. Mr.
Yeah, every time I talk, what was it exactly I said? I really don't know
what you said.
said.
Maybe you forgot because you were just saying it with passion. You were able to identify the problems of Nigeria, and not only identify the problems, also provide the solutions, how we can solve these problems. You know, even some of the candidates, all the candidates, they cannot articulate the problems of Nigeria the way you articulated the problems on this program today. I'm telling you, I'm going to call that portion of this program out and send it, repost it so that Nigerians should watch. You know, this program is very long. It's hard for everybody to watch everything. But I'm going to cut that specific portion and repost it. It's wonderful. If you can do that, it's a shame to all those candidates who are making noise.
The truth is that, see, I'm not anti. Honestly, Tinubu is anybody who has empowered people, brought people up, it's a good thing. That's not a crime. You understand me? But every good thing has a lifespan. Even in the house out here, there is a saying for that. Where you go, where this woman go, show up. You don't go do hair again. Every good thing in the north here, they said, Le findadi mene. Le findadi kariwane. That means every good thing has an end. But word for word translation, Le findadi kariwa means the problem with anything that is good, that it will definitely come to an end. So the thing is that the heydays of Tinubu has finished, has gone. So attempting to relate Tinubu of 8 years ago to Tinubu of today is an offense to the reality of problem. We cannot gift Tinubu the Nigeria just because we want to enhance his CV. No, sir. That's not possible. Tinubu, Nigeria is not the property of Tinubu. If he were younger and radiates a consciousness of is attuned to the reality of Nigerian problem, fine. I don't have a problem with where he comes from. It can be a Yoruba or Bomosh. Anyway, I don't give a damn. All I know is that he doesn't fit the profile of somebody who can solve Nigeria's problem for me right now. Yes, I don't like some of the characters of the Igbos. I don't like the attitude of some of the Igbos. I don't like the attitude of some of the illiterate people. I don't like IPOB. I don't like Nnamdi Kanu and his ideology. I don't like it. But I cannot blind my heart with hatred that these same people with maybe bad attitude, maybe bad whatever, maybe insulting people, but somebody good has been produced from these people. Why should we not accept them because they've offended us in the past? Yeah? Can a good thing come out of Israel? Yeah? Is that what they said? Yeah. There's a saying, can a good thing come out of Israel? The same thing now we're asking, can a good thing come out of Igbo? Yes, a good thing has come out of from Igbo, and we should take it because a good thing is a good thing. Any day, anytime. We can't say because it's Igbo is a good thing, therefore we should reject it. I think Peter Obi is the right candidate for Nigeria. I think, and I say this without bias. I've not been paid. I don't have money. I'm just saying, Mrs. Nekwe here knows that once it is politics, I have passion for politics and I have passion for Nigeria. I have passion for what will make Nigeria work. I want Nigeria to work. You understand? In a good system, I should not be sitting here and be running video chats. So I should be one office making policies and decisions for Nigeria. But this is Nigeria where people with the brain are not the ones in the office. It's those who have fathers or connections or uncles that can buy their way inside. And since Nigerians have been making politics, this is the height of it all, where they tell that we can always buy ourselves into recognition. Was there an election in the primaries? Absolutely no. You know there was no election. Was there an election in PDP? No. Was there an election in APC? No. It was the highest bidder. And the painful thing, like in PDP, if let's say we are in a position where money buys everything, do you think anybody should beat Wike, a South man on whose oil Nigeria's wealth come from, Somebody from North is overpowering Wike with money. God forbid bad thing. God forbid bad thing. If truly election in Nigeria is supposed to be determined by money, now we Southerners are supposed they throw money around. But the system has been in such a way that these people have manipulated it. Right is in you, but they are the ones controlling the money.
It's the certain leaders that betrayed the Wike. He said something yesterday. I played one of his videos. Mr. Raka, let me pull out this video. I think you will like this, what Wike said. And it's the truth. It's just the truth. You know, then we will be complaining we are
Look at the religion.
Hello, my brother. You are still on the phone there. Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, go ahead now.
Mr. Raka, I really appreciate you.
Thank you.
You are doing a great job, seriously. Because it is even because of you. You are the reason why I always come to this profile to listen to what
you go make I go build Nekpe big go high now. If they talk like this now, go build Nekpe big go high now. Yeah, go ahead.
Anytime I'm watching this program and I see the way that man Sani is always talking, I always log out. I will just go offline. Seriously, you are the main reason why I always listen to this program. I really appreciate you for the good work you are doing. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mr. Sani, Mr. Sani is speaking the minds of many Northerners. You understand? It's good to sample opinion from other parts of the country.
That's the reason why Nigeria is the reason why Nigeria is still the same place where it is. That is why nothing is moving on in Nigeria because of their mentality. That is how it's supposed to be. Whatever they are doing, they must first of all to bring in their own interests first before considering the interest of the nation. That is not how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be the nation first before your region or whatever interest. Because based on how they are reasoning, that is the reason why nothing is moving in that country. Seriously. And as it is, if we did not get it right this time around, I don't know how Nigeria will look.
If we don't get it right this time, we can never get it right again.
We will try to get it right this time. Otherwise, Nigeria will go in flame. And we don't want that country to destroy. All these weak leaders, we don't want them to destroy Nigeria for us. That is the only country we call our own. We are here in the West. Tomorrow we are going back home. You understand?
Yeah.
So thank you, my brother. Thank you. I want to play a video now of Wike. Thanks. So, Mr. Raka, listen to what Wike said. It's very important what he said, and it's the truth. You know,
a pushable country. I cannot. And tomorrow so the South is a minority. You are the one making yourself to be in a minority, and you are complaining of minority.
Let me start it from the beginning.
I've heard that this before, but play it again. I've heard it.
This period.
That was this time was immediately after
we have
the
done our own part.
Yes.
We never betrayed anybody because it's not in our blood to betray. But it's a shame to those people, some of the governors from the South, that they are the people they use to sabotage our interest. But however, we have shown them that we are not like them. We are not like them. This country does not belong to one particular zone. If people are afraid of talking, it's their business. I cannot be a second-class citizen in my country. I cannot. And tomorrow is, oh, the South is a minority. You are the one making yourself to be in a minority. And you are complaining of minority. Shame. Instead of me to be that kind of governor, let me not be elected as a governor.
Yes.
Let me not be elected as a governor. You are holding something in trust for your people, and you claim that this is what your people want. Then when it has come to that point to actualize it, you sell out. You think you are doing me? No, no way. Anybody who wants to, anybody in the political history of this country, you can count on us. We are not a pushover. We are not. But I don't know how their faces will be. I don't know how their faces will be.
I can't just like this man enough.
No,
I can't like him.
To be very candid, what played that? You see, immediately after I made this statement, he has kept quiet. He has not been saying anything again. And that thing has been scaring the North. The Northerners are article is separate. I have a strong feeling, it's just a hunch. I have a strong feeling that Wike might turn to help, might turn to side with Peter Obi.
He said, when we said this is what our people want, when it is time to actualize it, then you will be quiet, you'll be silent, you don't want to talk.
But that's it now. And then he was saying that to the governor of Delta State, and in fact, Delta State and Edo State. Now they formed my hand for that. In fact, I was so pissed off with them. I've never seen betrayal. The northern man is betraying your southern brother. You, the southern man, you are betraying your own Abba. No.
What they did, what Okowa did to Wike. So today is the vice president. Atiku will not win this election.
I think Wike is contemplating to pay them back. Because if Wike supports Peter Obi, the South is gone for Atiku.
If Wike support who?
Peter Obi. The South is gone for Atiku.
You know that Wike will not neglect PDP. That is one thing. Unlike other leaders that can just run away from their.
That man a madman. Wike is unpredictable. The man is a madman.
No, I can see him. No, when it comes to party, I think Wike is more firm and steady. Unlike other politicians that can jump around, shop around, Wike is not like that. But I don't know. He was saying that in order for any president to win Nigeria, general election, Lagos, Kano, and Rivers states. Those are the three core states in Nigeria. So that is what Wike said. I'm still looking forward. We are looking forward to how Wike is going to impact this upcoming election, because
let's see. Look, my sister, from now till campaign. I don't know the day they slated for campaign, but from now till that campaign period, anything can happen. These are politicians. You understand me? Campaign. Campaign have not started now. They've not started campaign. So
what they did to Wike, those people, it's not good.
It's not fair now.
The central leaders, what they did to Wike. Look at Wike. This speech Wike made.
My problem is that how is it that these northerners are able to identify southerners they can use for their interest? They will pick southerners that will fight against their own southern brothers for their own interest. Wari identified Amechi, who fought against his brother for his own interest. Did you not see when APC tried to fight Wike in Rivers State? You know, see the fight was bloody and Wike came out on top. You understand me? So it's so funny that hatred for one another, is terrible. So, and I saw the families of Okowa celebrating what? Vice President. What is you are the one with the wealth.
Mr. Raka, we are here debating every day for the betterment of Nigeria, for the South. But our certain leaders are not trying at all. The disunity existing among the leaders, the certain leaders, will not allow any leader to emerge from the South. I'm telling you right now, Wike would have been a strong candidate, but the certain leaders will never support him. So when are we going to produce a leader, president from the South? with the disunity going on in the South right now. So we should be blaming the Southern leaders.
Yes.
I'm telling you, we should be blaming them.
And I'm telling you that Wike's silence, Wike will do something that will shock everybody. Just watch. I know that Wike will do something, because Wike, from this comment alone, that is when I know that Wike is a true region. Because I've told you on this program that I'm a regional person. Me, I'm not a tribal person. If today, if I hear Peter Obi speak about Igbo, that it is the turn of Igbos. He would have used his own mouth to kill his own. Because for now, if Peter Obi is tribal, has no tribe. Peter Obi has no religion. Peter Obi has no region. So he should just maintain it like that. And
if we can support Peter Obi will win so massively. But I'm not sure
I wouldn't be quick to say that yet, because we are still in the phase of voter registration. Because who controls population? It is the Hausa man. Who controls INEC? It is the Hausa man. Who controls the registration? Is the Hausa man. So you can go and do the exercise, and they will not give you the voter's card. That's another thing. So if they can't rig at the polling unit, they will rig you from the source. So all these things are things I'm waiting for them to manifest before I say, okay, go to Canada.
I don't blame Atiku. Nobody should blame Atiku. We should be blaming the certain leaders.
No, as far as as far as Atiku is concerned, he played politics.
Yes.
And that is
he will definitely welcome anybody who is willing to support him. Why should we blame you, Atiku?
As at the time they entered that primary, Wike was favored to win. Tambuwal just saw that, well, he needed to step down, and he stepped down. Assuming Tambuwal, because that's what he did not. The North will not go. The North is region first. The North are not personal. They are not selfish. He knows that he cannot win against Atiku. Why waste his vote? Step down and give your decision to Atiku. When Tambuwal was doing that, did he do it secretly? Did he do it privately? What were Udom Emmanuel doing? The other one from East, what was he doing? But they rather stay put and end the name that former presidential aspirant. Imagine if Okoa had asked his delegate to vote for Peter Obi, Wike, and Udom Emmanuel stepped down. And that's at that time that Tambuwal stood up and stepped down. You should have known that this is now tribalistic. This is now religion. But we, with our BB ground, no, I don't do tribalism. No, I don't do religion. Look, Nigerian politics is religion. Nigerian politics is tribe. If the North is playing religion, play religion. If the North is playing tribe, play tribe.
Exactly.
So forget all this political correctness, all this political, I too sabi, I know one become this. Look, let me tell you, if Tinubu stays put and keep getting supporters, Atiku stays put and keep getting supporters, at the end of the day, it is if Tinubu stays put and keep getting supporters, Peter Obi stays put and keep getting supporters, at the end of the day, it's Atiku that win. Because we are very good. Yoruba man does not think of southern region interest. The Igbo man does not think of southern region interest. The other people does not think of southern region interest. It's only about Igbo, about Yoruba.
And those states, what
when we keep thinking about this tribal interest, then we make room for
states would have given their delegates to Wike. I'm still saying that.
That is because they can't do that because they don't have a regional interest. So right now, what is working for Peter Obi is because people are able to identify with Peter Obi that he is not a pro-Igbo, he's not a he's a Nigerian figure. That's what is working for him, and he should just maintain it. His supporters, particularly IPOB now, who have now supporting him, should also not bring the issue of Igbo or Biafra inside. I was commenting in one lady that was trying to make mockery of Peter Obi, say that suddenly he's not hearing Biafra, zoo, and all these zoo things. I said, are you not happy that something has now stopped all the insults and abuses For a very long time, nobody abuses me on social media again. For a very long time, nobody calls Nigeria a zoo again, because hope is now there. There's hope now that the zoo will no longer be a zoo. So is that not a good thing? Those who are agitating for Biafra, it shows that they really don't want the Biafra. They just want an environment that is good. So now that they see that hope in Peter Obi, let us suspend our Biafra. Let us suspend our zoo and hope that Peter Obi wins. And then Nigeria is fixed. Everybody wants Nigeria to be fixed. The man that is Biafra wants Nigeria to be fixed. The man that is calling Nigeria a zoo wants Nigeria to be fixed. The man that is shouting Odua, Odua, Odua wants Nigeria to be fixed. The truth is that nobody wants to go anywhere. It's just a bluff to ensure that Nigeria works. This division, Buhari came and amplified that division. Nigeria has never been divided along ethnic and religious lines like the way it is because of Buhari's utterances and body language. Now, nobody believes that Tinubu cannot repair that religious fault line or ethnic fault line. Tinubu will not repair, fix it.
Tinubu is not conscious of the problems of Nigeria, Mr. Raka. If you don't know, look at what he's saying.
At all.
It's not in line with the problems of Nigeria. He's just saying whatever he wants to say. Because this guy, he's
Atiku who tweeted and condemned a murder after the reaction of the North, ordered that a tweet should be deleted. It shows that he is not be on the side of good. It doesn't matter whether everybody hates it. Be on the side of good. With all the criticism that people are attacking Peter Obi, have you seen Peter Obi reply to one? Even Fadam Baka, I watched the program with Peter Obi where he was asked about Fadam Baka. He said Fadam Baka is his father. Fadam Baka is his friend and is his brother. You get me? Whatever is happening between two of them is a thing between two brothers. Now that is how you talk. You know that I say, well, you think if Wike would not have answered that way, Wike would have insulted him that man is frustrated or something like that. You understand? So that's I don't tire. I beg, where is Madam? I want to go. I don't tire. Hello.
Yes, Mr. Yes, Mr.
I don't tire. That man will say go buy me 3 bottles. Make it pour my uncle.
Not here. We don't discuss that type of discussion here.
3 bottles. I mean, your mind is. I said 3 bottles of Fanta. They talk beer. No, I said 3 bottles. 3 bottles of Fanta. That's what I said.
No, we don't discuss about beer or drink here.
Did I call beer? You're not calling beer. I said 3 bottles of Fanta.
Okay.
Now your mind. So when you hear bottle is fine. There's bottle of malt, bottle of Fanta.
I'm not trying to stereotype you. You brought this topic. That is why I was stereotyping you, hoping that you are talking about beer.
Sometimes
you're talking about beer.
When I like to bring comic relief. You get me?
Like that guy that said you are a Fulani man. So that is how Fulani people, that is how they drink beer.
A Fulani man cannot even speak the way I'm speaking at all. So in the absence of any other caller, can I go?
Who says so? Who said the Fulani man cannot speak like you? You are a Fulani man.
The only Fulani man that you have brought, you can see he was obviously running away from the truth. A Fulani man who says Buhari has performed over 90% shows that he is not bothered to fix the country. They are not bothered. The country. I told you now that Naira can become 1,000 Naira to $1, and also a Fulani man does not give a damn. All that he is.
Mr. Oraka, somebody's campaigning on your behalf, Mr. Oraka, for president. Let me give you some moral booster here. There are some comments. Yeah.
So the truth is that among the 3 candidates, Atiku and Tinubu, they have no solution to Nigeria at all. They have not. The only person so far, from the content of his character, from the content he has exhibited to everybody, the only person who is attuned to the I know the Peter Obi come, all these motorcade and all these flamboyant whatever will not be there. I am sure that he will save money for Nigeria, and I'm sure he will go after those people that are stealing. The real attack on looters will start. Why do you think, I asked you this question before we started, why do you think APC is not attacking PDP? PDP is not attacking APC. Tinubu supporters are not attacking Atiku. Atiku supporters are not attacking Tinubu. Why?
Because they don't have good campaign. Mr. Rakad, who can talk there? Can Tinubu stand any conversation for even 20 minutes? Look at Atiku. What is he coming to say? So these people are not, verbally, they are not strong enough to even attack.
The reason is that the both APC and PDP, as far as the presidency are concerned, these are people who sat down and said, okay, you be president. After you, I will become my turn. Emilio come. It is my turn. Nigeria is not a button. Nigeria is not a political button where people exchange it. Some people just sat down and say, okay, if you finish, you give it to me. Nigeria is not like that. Nigeria is too big to be shared by a group of friends. You understand me?
Mr. Raka, you know why they have not been attacking each other? They have nothing to say. These people cannot stand any conversation. Look at Tinubu. Do you think Tinubu can even make a speech for 10 minutes or 20 minutes? So you are expecting him to come and attack PDP? He has nothing to say. Look
so
at
why,
the PDP.
Why are his supporters not attacking PDP? I've not seen APC supporters and PDP supporters quarreling on social media. It's always these two attacking Peter Obi supporters. Why? Why the focus on Peter Obi? They said he has no structure. So why are they bothered?
Mr. Raka, when they said when the head is rotty, the body will also be rotty. So if the leader of APC cannot come out and criticize, then the rest, the followers will not criticize as well. Just let's leave that away from our discussion today. These people are so weak that they don't even know the problems of Nigeria, let alone criticize the opposition. So that is the problem right now. It just shows that they are not capable of managing this country. People who cannot openly come and criticize. In most elections, you see opposition attacking each other. You understand? These people cannot do that.
Opposition attacking each other. Can you imagine?
Yes.
It makes no sense.
Yeah. That is a normal thing during elections, that oppositions, they attack each other. But this
opposition are supposed to discredit the ruling party.
Exactly. They are too weak to do that.
Now, nobody's attacking. It is very difficult to go online and see APC attacking, PDP attacking APC. Their focus right now is Peter Obi.
Let's see if they can even stand any debate, political debate. Let's see.
I can tell you that right now, see, on that debate, let me tell you what's going to happen. Let me tell you what's going to happen on the debate. Ordinarily, they wouldn't, Tinubu will not show. Atiku 2 will not show. But if you give room for Peter Obi to keep talking, and you know there's nobody that will listen to Peter Obi and not want to vote for him. You can't listen to Peter Obi and not say, okay, I'll vote for Labour Party. It's not possible. Except your mind is made of steel. Except you are so swallowed or drowned in this bias.
In the past election, Buhari was not able to stand political debate. However, it was good enough to come out on public or national media saying that anybody caught snatching ballot boxes should be killed. You understand? But you are not good enough to come and stand debate. You are good enough to order the killings of those who are planning to.
There's no need to do debate now when you are in control of the rigging machinery. Why would you come and debate when it's not important now? You are going to rig the election. Have you been to INEC office? Have you been to INEC office? Seriously, I'm asking you a question. Have you been to INEC office?
I've never voted in Nigeria before.
Okay. I've been to INEC office. I've been to INEC office. Let me tell you, from the gate to inside INEC office to the offices, they are all northerners. INEC office, Abuja.
So you come and expect a certain leader to
win like that. Me? If you go to our secretariat, civil service, they are the ones in charge. Nigeria media, they are the ones in. Nigeria can't operate like this. No. Nigeria cannot operate like this at all. You cannot operate like this, whereby the civil EFCC, now someone they control them. Air Force, now someone they control them. SSS, DSS, everything. If you're a Christian, you talk, they pick you and arrest you. If you're a Muslim, you talk, they look the other way. Nigeria cannot operate this way at all. We cannot. Why we keep playing this rubbish? Small countries, Ghana, Rwanda, Togo. Do you know how shameful it is for a Nigerian to be running to Ghana for a better life? It's shameful.
Very shame.
The same Ghana that we drove away from Nigeria because they are nuisance to us.
That's why they are maltreating our people in Ghana.